How are you doing, guys? I am super duper excited. And of course, I got to fangirl a little bit before we came live. I am hanging out, boys and girls, with Suzette Riddick, guys. We are talking about her latest release, Fixer Upper Love. And so she is here today to talk with us a little bit about that. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Suzette, can you introduce yourself to the people?
Sure. Hi, everyone. I am Suzette Riddick. I write African American romance. I am a mom, a GG, nurse practitioner. And if you follow me on social media, you know that I love everything planner related and Chanel. And that's me.
I love that. Look, and Suzette, okay, I'm double fangirling because I have you on the show, and then Suzette D. Harrison is hanging out with us as
That's
well. Oh my goodness, guys. Hey Suzette, thank you for joining us on today. So I'm double fangirling, okay? I have one of my favorite Suzettes is in the audience. My other favorite Suzette is here with us today too. So I love that. I love that. We have Antoinette Gates hanging out with us on today. We have LaShawn hanging out with us on
Hi,
today. We
LaShawn.
have author Sharon Blunt hanging out with us. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. You know how we do it here on the cafe. We have a good time as well. So, of course, if you have a question or two for Suzette, put it in the comment section. We'll be sure to include you as well. Suzette, let's get started. Okay, let's talk about this title, Fixer Upper Love. Now, of course, this is book two
Yes.
in a series or what have you, but how did you come up with this title? Was this the original title, or tell us about it?
It's the original title of the book. And I came up with the title because actually Garrison was from another story, and so was Madeline. And Madeline's background was such a mess. Was such a mess. Um, and I don't know. I was watching. I love HGTV, and I was watching the TV show and thinking about the characters, and his background was flipping homes and everything. And I was like, well, if those two get together, I think that would be a perfect title, "Fixer Upper Love," because both of them needed fixing up. And
Yes, and I love that title, by the way. It's very catching, or what have you too. So I love that title. And speaking on the title, let's talk about this cover. Now he's a little cutie. Now I like that description. Let me see if I can find. I probably should have had it up. I highlighted it because for you guys that may not have read the book or read this series, these are seasoned individuals. He's in his 50s. He's like, but he's nice looking now. He's ruggedly built with good looks. And women of all ages found him handsome. So I enjoy this. I want to let people know that, just because, he's a little seasoned, he's a veteran, trust me, he's still fine, if I should say.
yes.
I love that. I love that. And so with the cover, did you design your own cover too? As well, with this being a part of a series, or how did you come about this cover with this nice looking man on the cover?
Well, actually, it was it was a labor of love trying to find that cover because, as with African American, romance, there's not a lot of it's slim pickings when trying to find pictures for covers, and I
Okay.
just searched and searched and searched, and until I found that font. And I used a guy on Fiverr who actually designed the cover for me. But yes, I did pick the picture.
Nice. Look, and Suzette, they are enjoying the seasoned character. Antoinette said that mature love was everything. You have Jennifer. She says she love a good seasoned man as well. So I love that. So tell us a little bit, Suzette. Of course, like you were sharing earlier, this is book two. Now, if they are just jumping on with this series, can they read Fixer Upper Love first, or do they need to read book one? Is it one of those books where they kind of need to read it in order? What would your suggestions be?
Um, honestly, it can be read as a standalone, but if you really want to like understand the book and understand the characters, I would say read the first book. Well, actually, you might have to go back to the Night series and read Seductive Nights, because that's
Okay.
where one of the sister stories start, and then in Chasing After Love, you're introduced to Madeline. So, but it's a standalone. Like if you read it, I think people who probably haven't read the other books and read that they're going to want to go back
Gotcha.
and
I
read.
love
Yeah,
that. So y'all, you heard it here on the cafe. If you haven't, if you started with Fixer Upper Love, that's okay. But you
that's
probably
okay.
definitely want to go back and grab the other ones as
Yes,
well. And we'll definitely talk about Suzette's backlist as well too. So you know there's other books of hers that you can read. Now, Suzette, I want to switch gears a little bit because I know that you love romance books. I do too. But I heard it through the grapevine that you have an extensive romance library that is growing out of control. Tell us about this extensive library of yours.
oh my goodness. When I first discovered, I've always been a romance reader. From the age, oh, thanks, Veronica. She said she loved the cover. From the age about 15. I
Okay.
was about maybe younger than that, maybe 14, because I was in ninth grade. And
Okay.
actually, a girl in the grade above me turned me on to like Harlequin romance novels.
Okay.
So, she was reading it. And I don't know, it was something about the cover that captured my attention. I was like, oh, what's that? And she, handed it to me, and I started reading
Okay.
romance novels. I always tell this story. It's so bad, and I should be ashamed, because as a medical professional, I should not have failed chemistry the first time around in high
Okay.
school, but I did. But I did, because I was so like enamored with romance novels that I would sit in chemistry class and I would read. I would hold the big thick textbook up on my desk, and I would have my romance, my little Harlequin behind the book, and I would read, and I would read all period. I know. And I had to repeat. I had to repeat.
Oh,
I had to repeat chemistry in 12th grade because I failed in 11th grade.
but it's okay, guys, because she is
It's
a nurse
okay. It's
practitioner now.
okay.
She's
It's
very
okay.
successful, doing very well.
But yes, so when I got older, I discovered African American romance novels.
Okay.
And I just started, and this was pre ebooks. So you had to buy,
The
paperbacks.
print copy. Look, and Suzette, Jennifer, she's no better because she said
I
she was
see
reading in
her.
math class. So you was reading in chemistry and she was reading in math class.
Yes. But and when I discovered them, I just like I couldn't get enough of them. I just
Uh-huh.
would like buy books. And this was the good old days when in Target. Remember when Target, like, they would like had a plethora of African American
Yeah.
books, and all the other bookstores, and I just would, I would go and I just would buy books, and I have so many books. Matter of fact, I have like in the garage. I have a bunch of books in the garage that I, have packed up that I don't. They're like my special Frances Ray
I
and
know. Yeah.
yeah, and
And
Brenda
Suzette, you sound
Jackson.
attached to your books like I'm attached to my books. I mean,
Hmm.
yeah, it's personal. Yeah, you
Yeah,
know.
it is. It's personal, and certain ones I want to keep out because I have a enclosed front porch with windows, so I have a bookcase out there where I keep my books. And in the summertime, like, I like to sit out there and read when the weather's
Yeah.
nice. But certain books, I sit up, I can't pack away, like they're going to have to like stay out. But I have so many books. It's ridiculous. I
I
really.
love that. But yeah, I had to find out about this extensive romance books, this library that you have. And so
It's
speaking of that,
horrible.
Suzette, your books, a lot of them, your tagline is like imperfect people finding perfect love. Tell us about that.
Okay, all of my characters are like jacked up. And the one thing when I decided to write romance, I didn't want to write people that were perfect. And I guess because, most people think that, well, I won't say most people, but those who don't read romance and have a misconception of romance think that romance is just like all fluff and the people are perfect. But I really wanted to showcase that love can be complicated. Like, and as humans, like we have some stuff with us.
Right.
But we deserve love.
Yes.
So yeah, so like all my characters, like none of them are going to be perfect people. So
I
and
like
I just want
that.
to, and I really like writing about real life situations. You know.
But you know what, Suzette? I'm glad that you said that because that is one of the things for me as a reader. That's one of the things that really draws me in when the characters are real,
Hmm.
and you can kind of like put yourself in their shoes, and the that part of it
Hmm.
for me makes it really authentic, and
Hmm.
that's when I really get like an emotional attachment with these
Hmm.
characters because with us readers they real to us for real.
Right.
Like we can
Yeah.
have a whole conversation and people like, oh, you talking about a book,
Hmm.
or what have you. But yeah, just to get that emotional attachment and that emotional investment, it definitely usually happens when those characters when they feel real, real
Hmm.
to you as
Hmm.
well too. So I really wanted to find out about that. I like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
imperfect people finding perfect love. That is
Yeah.
so nice. I love
I
that.
can't tell you the number of emails I've gotten from readers that say, "Oh, I know someone like that," or "That was my situation." Especially when I wrote my very first book, Special Summer, I had so many women like email me to say I was in that same situation, like single and pregnant, didn't know what I was going to do. So, yeah, like I really enjoy that. I really enjoy writing about real life,
I
stuff that's
love
hard.
that.
Yeah, stuff that's hard. Life is hard.
Yes.
It's not always, you know, rainbow and sprinkles.
Right. And guys, if you are just joining us, I'm having an amazing time hanging out with the one and only Suzette Riddick, boys and girls. We're talking about her latest release, Fixer Upper Love. Like, tag, and share. Tell a friend to hop over to the cafe and to hang out with us. We are talking about this series, which is book 2 in the Lawrence family series as well. So, Suzette, okay, let's get into this a little bit. Let's talk about this Garrison. He's a little rugged, little sexy, a little fun in his
Yeah.
50s. How would you describe Garrison's character?
I would say he is everything you just said. And he's like a chill type of person.
Uh-huh.
You know, feathers doesn't get ruffled, very direct, like
Yeah.
you know where you stand with him. Um and he's very patient, but once he reaches that level, it's just like, okay, enough is
Yeah.
enough.
And I think I love the love that he had for his girls,
Hmm.
for his daughters, and Joey, her relationship with her dad is so special.
Yeah, yeah, the baby girl,
Yeah, the baby girl,
the
the
baby
baby
of the
girl.
family.
Yes, I love it. And
Yeah.
look at how she be trying to, like, Dad, you need to start dating. But on the low low, dad taking care of business, but
Right? They just don't know.
they just don't know, okay? Oh my goodness, guys. So we gave you a little bit of tea. If you have not picked up Fixer Up a Love, oh my goodness, definitely make sure you grab yourself a copy of it as well. Okay, let's talk about Miss Maddie, Miss Madeline. If you had to describe her in 3 words, how would you describe her?
In 3 words, let's see.
And if you need
Of
to
course,
add more, that's fine too.
flawed. I would say she's flawed, but very introspective. Compassionate. I
Mhm.
think her history makes her compassionate.
Okay.
So yeah. So I would say
I
yes.
love that.
Mhm.
I love that. They are look, they're giving him some love. They're definitely giving Garrison some love as well. And Suzette, if you had to take a look at all of the characters in this story, which one was the most fun and interesting to write? And then which one like kind of gave you pause? Like sometimes you may have to take a moment to gather your thoughts to write their characters. Do share that with us.
Um, I would say, honestly, for me, even though it's technically Garrison's book, but I would say Maddie.
Okay.
I would say Maddie. I just feel like on the level of a woman, I connected with her. Not that I ever lived her experience,
Uh-huh.
however, but I just feel like as women, we all want to be loved. And sometimes, you know, we allow ourselves to get into situations that aren't always the best.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, and with her, it really was an illusion of love. But she was really because she was really neat to write because you can really see where she grew as a person, like
Yeah,
where she came
yeah.
from, where, and such. And she wasn't a bad person. She just really allowed herself to get into into a bad situation.
Right.
A bad situation. I would say who gave me pause. Y'all know it's gonna be that darn Sammy. That Sammy, she was woo, because I really had to. I always knew that her book was gonna be last because I wanted readers to see her progress and grow as the series moved along. And I really wanted to kind of convey to the readers that she just wasn't that way because she was not a nice person. Like she
Right.
really had a lot of, childhood trauma.
Mhm.
So yeah, like I really had to think about, when I was writing her, I really had to kind of like, is
Look,
this
LaShawn said she said Sammy needs love too.
yeah, Sammy gonna get it.
See, guys, look, she is spilling the tea. She's giving us little tidbits as well.
No,
Okay,
no
I love
breadcrumbs,
that.
yes. No breadcrumbs. She gonna get it.
I love that. I love that. And so, with this story or any of your stories, Suzette, what do you do? Like, if you have to kind of like go there in a story, whether it's writing a certain scene that may be deep or what have you, are there certain things that you do to kind of get ready to get into that zone, into that writing space?
Yeah, well, when I write, I do have a ritual.
Okay.
I try, well, actually in the morning I journal every morning. Like I read my scripture or
Okay.
devotional and I journal about what I read, you know, what I've read for the morning. But when I write, I make it a habit of I journal like 5 minutes before I start writing. And it just
Oh.
really kind of gets me in that creative space.
Uh huh.
Um, I light scented candles. And I'm going to give a shout out for my twin. She makes
Okay.
the most amazing candles.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So this last book, I burned the candle that she gifted me. But yeah, that just really kind of get me in the writing zone. And it's a ritual that I actually do with all the books, with all my books that I write. Like I journal before I start writing.
And
And
I'm glad that you said that because that is something that we here at the cafe we like to know if the authors have any like writing quirks or things that they must have. And so that's really nice that you said that you journal before you actually get started into your creative space
mhm.
as well. I like that. Now, for the candle part of it, do you usually find a candle that kind of represents what you're writing, or it doesn't matter? It just you just find a
No,
good
it
scent.
doesn't matter. Like it depends on, I guess, what kind of mood I'm in. Like if I want something like a little bit, I have to pay attention to that because you never know. Maybe the subconscious, because sometimes like I'll burn like a candle that's real feminine and floral. And then
Oh,
sometimes I'll like a candle that's kind of I have this really good one. It's like a masculine type candle, and it just
Oh,
smells so good. And
okay.
I have to pay attention. I have to pay attention to that.
Okay. And
Yeah.
Antoinette wants to know, she said, was writing your scenes in each book, was it hard for you? See, she was such a hard person to like. Antoinette, which character are you talking about, sweetie?
I'm
Where's
guessing
that?
she's talking about Sammy.
Okay. Yeah, well, if you want to answer that, I guess pertaining to Sammy.
um, Actually, no, it really wasn't because I have a sister that's a little bit like Sammy. Not as brutal,
Okay.
no way, no, she's not. She's a sweetheart. I love my sister, and we really we get along well now that we're adults, but I'm the youngest girl in the family, and she is 5 years older than me. So,
Uh-huh.
once I got a little older, we kind of would lock horns. But yeah, like I think when I write characters, believe you me, it's a little bit of somebody in there, people I know. I just may
Okay.
exaggerate, embellish a little on the character. So
Look, and Antoinette wanted to know, she said, is that why Joey's characters journal?
it could be.
It could be. It could be. I love that. I love that. And so, Suzette, share with us when you're not writing, because we know, you're a busy schedule. You're a mom, and you have you're a grandma, and you are a wife and a sister. All these great things. With that, when you're not writing, what can we find you doing, my friend?
Well, I used to love the crochet and knit, but I just don't have time to do that. I don't have time to do that anymore. Um, Really now I'm like in the space where my husband and I we're like empty nesters. So that's really yes. So that's really nice. I really, find myself, my husband and I spending like a lot of time together. Um, and very active with my sorority, so I do
Okay.
things with my sorority. And that's really yeah. I love to go out. We love to go out and shop and eat, and things of that nature.
Yeah,
We
I love
travel. We love to
that. I
travel. We're
love that.
always going on little weekend getaways and things of that nature. But
Weekend getaways are nice.
yeah, yeah. I'm in chill mode now. It's just yeah, I thought I was gonna kind of struggle with being an empty nester, but it's nice.
Look,
I feel like
Suzette,
this is our
all the
time.
things that we can do when we're
Yes,
empty nesters.
yes,
It's a fun state. Yeah.
it is. It is. It
Okay,
really
what
is.
would you say came first? Would you say with this particular book, would you say the plot or would you say the characters? Because of course, for those of you who are familiar, Garrison and Madeline, they were in some other books as well. So which came first for this particular story though, Fixer Upper Love? Was it those characters, Madeline and Garrison, or was it the plot of the story?
It definitely was the characters because
Okay.
when writing seductive love and when writing oh gosh, forever yours, like I knew I wanted the dad to have his story, and when writing chasing after love, like Maddie intrigued me, so I knew I wanted her to have a story, and their ages just happened to be, I mean, she's a few years younger than him, but yeah, and I really wanted to write a story with an older couple.
Well, I love it. You nailed it. Like I said, I love those seasoned, characters or what have you
Hmm.
too. So you did an amazing job
Well, thank
with that.
you.
And so going back to your love for the romance genre, and now you write romance. Would you say that the romance genre found you as far as your writing, or did you find it?
Um, I think I found it.
Okay.
Because actually, I thought when I wrote my first book, it was going to be one and done. And I actually started writing as a way of escapism.
Oh.
Because for 30 years, I had taken care of sickle cell patients. And when I first started taking care of sickle cell patients, they weren't living past like 25 years old. So it was just this,
Wow.
yeah, it was just this constant cycle of like meeting people. And I like love people. I love my patients. Like, we were always taught in nursing school, don't become emotionally invested in patients. Like, you got to keep that professionalism. But I broke the mold with all of that. Like, I invited patients over to my parents' house to have dinner. A couple came to see my daughter off on the prom. Like, so like
Oh,
certain patients, like I just really connected with, and we became like family.
yeah.
Um, and then like to lose those patients, it just would be devastating. Um, so I actually started writing a special summer at work, like during my downtime, and I was writing. I would say to my friend, like, read this, and like the other nurses I was working with, I was like, read this, and they was like, oh, that's good. So like I kept writing. So like I said, I really thought it was going to be one and done. And actually, that first book is about three nurses. So
Uh-huh.
I wrote what I knew.
Right.
And I would get emails from readers like, well, is Star going to get her story? Is Ava going? And it just really took on a life of its own. It
I
really did.
love that.
I
Oh
had
my
no,
goodness.
I really have no aspirations of becoming like an author of what I have now. 16 books later,
Yeah,
like
look,
yeah,
and several series. I love that. Oh my
yeah.
goodness. Guys, if you're just joining us, I'm hanging out with Suzette Riddick. Guys, we're having an amazing time. Her latest release, Fix Her Up for Love, it is available now. Suzette, of course, we have to play a game or this or that, but I promise you, my friend, there is no right or wrong answer because it is all things according to you. Are you ready?
I guess I am.
You got it, girl. You got it. Okay, first one. Are you a plotter or pantser? This or that. Plotter or pantser?
Oh, oh, that's a combination of a question. I used to be. No, I'm serious. I
Well, it
used to
sounds
be.
like what had happened was.
What had happened was, yes, I used to be a pantser where I just would write. But as I developed my craft and I grew as a writer,
Uh-huh.
I'm a combination of both because
Okay.
like now I will take the time to sit down and do those character developments and do a synopsis of the story of just a general broad vision of what the story is. So I guess a
A
combination,
little bit of both.
a little
That's
bit of
all
both.
right. I love it. I love
Some
it.
of this, some of
Okay.
that.
Now we're gonna go the trope route a little bit, okay?
Okay.
Friends to lovers or enemies to lovers?
Enemies to lovers.
Okay. All right. Are you a early bird or night owl?
I'm a night owl. I'm a night owl.
Okay. Road trip or airplane?
Ooh, airplane, you get there much faster.
Okay. Beach or mountains?
Oh, beach. I love the beach.
I love it. I love your answers. Like you just got, all the feels. We know that this is your answer. Okay. All right. You ready? The next one is big city or small town?
Ooh, I'm going to say big city.
Okay. Audiobook or podcast?
Audiobook.
Okay. Now, my friend, we have to have this one on the cafe. Are you team coffee or are you team tea?
Oh, I'm team coffee. Yeah,
Okay, team
team
coffee.
coffee. Team coffee.
I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness. Suzette, the time goes by so fast, my
I
friend. Oh my goodness, guys.
know.
If you are joining us again, Suzette Riddick hanging out with us, guys. Her latest release, Fix Her Up for Love, is available now. And of course, we have a giveaway. I'm going to let Suzette share with us what the giveaway is going to be on tonight.
Okay, the giveaway is going to be, I already told you guys I love journaling. I think everybody should journal. So the giveaway is going to be a Love
Nice.
Conquers All inspired journal.
Oh,
And
I
a
love
gold
that.
pen. Oh, what's this woman's name? Wait a minute, y'all. Y'all know these eyes is old. They 55. Wait a minute, I gotta put the glasses up. Cynthia Raleigh, ink pen, gold Cynthia.
Nice. Oh my goodness, guys. Take a look at that giveaway. And Suzette, the way that we do it here, I'm going to go up and down the comment section. You, my friend, are going to tell me when to stop, and that individual is going to be the winner of the giveaway. Give me one moment. Okay, I am ready.
Oh, and I'll just say stop.
You'll just say stop.
Okay, stop.
Okay. Let's see. Jennifer Copeland, you are the winner of that amazing journal as well as that beautiful pen as well. I will, if you will send me your mailing address, I will get that over to Suzette as well. Thank you so much for joining us and participating on tonight. Suzette, of course, before we leave, my friend, how can they get their hands on Fixer Upper Love?
Amazon.com. It is in paperback. It's on KU and ebook.
I love that. I love that. There you have it, boys and girls. You can get your copy of it, and you can always get book one. And you can also go to Suzette's website, which she'll share with you in a little bit, to get any of her books from her backlist as well. Because trust me, you're going to want to read her backlist as well. So, Suzette, speaking of that, tell them how they can stay connected with you.
You can stay connected with me on Facebook. Suzette Riddick Books and Things is my author page. I have an Instagram page, Suzette_Riddick on Instagram, and Twitter at Suzette Riddick. And also stop by my website, SuzetteRiddick.com. On Sundays, I do Sunday Sips, where I give little tidbits of different books. So
I love that. There you have it, guys. Definitely stay connected with her. She's on social media. She has her website. Now, Suzette, is there a newsletter that they can sign up for as well on your website?
Yes, you can sign up for my newsletter as well.
I love that. I love that. Guys, it has been amazing hanging out with Suzette. If you haven't read it already, go grab your copy of Fixer Upper Love. It is available now in ebook. It's available on Amazon where ebooks are sold. You can go to her website as well for that. Follow her on social media. And of course, guys, once you finish reading it, make sure you leave a review. I know that Suzette will be so appreciative of that. Suzette, I'm going to allow you to have the last words. Is there any last thoughts that you would like to say to the people?
It's been really fun, and thank you so much, Angela, for having me here, and everyone who came out to join the live. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support.
I love it. I love it. Sorry about that. I didn't know that my phone, you hear my phone ringing. Again, guys, we are hanging out with Suzette Riddick. Go get the book, read it, leave a review as well. This has been so much fun. Guys, as I always say, have an amazing day, because we're having an amazing day. And until next time, guys, we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.